When you create a property line, you have a choice of entering distances and bearings or by sketch. So I'm going to pick create by sketch, and they're asking for a closed shape, but let's just say you want to create a sketch that's just this line of this property line right here. And now I pick the green check mark. I'm going to just get a warning that the area of that property line won't compute because it's just a line. And now I've got this phantom line. And if you want to change the way that that phantom line looks, you can go to the Manage tab and go to Object Styles. And under Object Styles, you can go to Site here. And underneath Site, you have all of these different types of lines that are on the site. And one of them is property lines. You can change the line weight here. If you go too far up, it'll be very bold, like 7 or 8 gets to be a bold line. I think 3 or 4 is good, but here, if you wanted to change your pattern, someone asked if maybe they might want to change the color of the property line or maybe the line weight. And this is the answer to that question. Also, under additional settings, you can go to line weights and see that there are 16 different ones here that you can work with and add to in this different line weights for the different scales. So under annotation line weights, you have all these different line weights, perspective line weights, and model line weights that you can change, kind of the defaults. You also have in the Modify tab under View, Linework. This can be used for several elements. If you click on Linework, you have a drop down here for the line styles. You can create new line styles also. So typically the phantom line or this double dash line is the property line type, but if I wanted it to be hidden, I can click here on this line and it would turn hidden. Too bad we can't use that for our contour lines. That would be ideal. And in the Manage tab, you do have under additional settings, line styles. So if you wanted to add more line styles than what the drawing is showing you, you can add another line style for what you need and change its line weight. And since we're on the topic of lines, in case you didn't know this, in the Annotate tab, you'll find Detail Line to draw lines in that specific view. And regions are sort of like hatch patterns within a region. And so there's a difference between detail lines that are specific to that view. And in the Architecture tab, we have model lines that will stay in the model and show up in all of the views by default. Okay, a little bit about property lines to answer your question and line weights.